Hey everyone, this is Gabrielle from TeachingSpecialThinkers.com. This is a quick preview of my St. Patty's Basic Skills Pack. I use this pack in my classroom. I have students with autism in grades K through 2, but it's pretty versatile and can be used for any students that really need to work on those basic skills. So here is a sequence of all the different things that are included. So we have matching, spelling, tracing, cutting, sequencing, biggest, smallest, more or less, patterns, counting, ABCs, graphs, time, money, addition and subtraction, and a St. Patty's Day reader. So lots of different skills covered in this pack. This is actually an updated version of it. It used to be 60 pages and it's nearly doubled as my monthly packs have grown and grown and grown. So the first skill is matching. So it's just using visual discrimination. It's probably one of the easiest tasks and one of the most basic tasks you're going to have your students do. So like beginning reading, pre-reading skills. And each activity comes with color versions and then a black and white version so that you can send them home for homework or use them in the morning, put them in a binder for students to work on independently. So here's a functional spelling word, so just some March theme words. And what I do with these pages are I laminate them and then I laminate the letter pieces and the students can Velcro the letter pieces on. You can make it a little bit more hands-on. You could use linking cubes and write the letter on the linking cubes and cut these in half, have the students match them together and then put them in a baggie so you can make that a task. And then I also have this home words paper for you to send home so you can give parents an idea of what you're covering for the month or the week or however long you would use this. I do themes by month, so these would be the words for the month. So we have some tracing the students could do, or they could use, some of my students use stamps if they're not writing it. And then here we get into the tracing and cutting activities. So these cards I laminate and we use dry erase crayons because they give a little bit more resistance, so the students practice just tracing basic lines. And then these are some good practice as well. Matching partners, cutting, coloring in a line inside an area, and cutting in shapes. A little bit harder. So here we get into sequencing, smallest to largest, color in black and white, smallest, circle the smallest item, circle the biggest item, a clover sort, more and less, patterns. These are a little bit more higher level ones, but filling in the missing numbers, counting by tens, and then here's just counting numbers to 10, filling in the missing letter. And then these are my favorite part of all these packs, graphs. So the students kind of use colors to color each item. So they would color the horseshoes gold, maybe the coins orange, and the clover green, and then they would count them and then graph what they see, and then they can compare the numbers, which one has the most, which one has the least. You can do this as a group activity or you can do it as an independent activity depending on the levels of your students. Here's some more graphs. And then we get into, I actually make these into flip books, and if you go to my blog you can see some flip book examples, but what I do is I cut each individual card and then I just punch 2 holes at the top and connect all of those kind of in a little book, but at the top of the page, and then the students just flip through and match the times up on the clocks. So there's the clocks to match up. Then we have some black and white and take-home versions. We have time to the half hour. Counting by change. My students are still working on counting individual amounts, like all pennies, all nickels, all dimes. Just working on counting by ones, fives, tens. So I just have those. I don't have a mixture of change. I actually put that in a separate pack for more higher students because right now this pack is more focused on students who really need those basic skills. So we have pennies, nickels, so counting by fives, and dimes, counting by tens, of course. And then we have addition and subtraction. So I like to make this a little bit more hands-on. So you can use this kind of as a one-to-one counting activity if you wanted, if you still have students that are learning numbers and showing how many. So this is a great little, you can put Velcro on this and they could show me one hat, show me one clover. You could get into the higher numbers, 4, 5, depending on the level of your students always. What I also like to do with these cards is get into addition and subtraction. So I would put 4 plus 3 and have the students put 4 hats, then 3 hats, and then they would move all of those pieces to the right of the equal sign, and that would tell them how many total. So that's a great way to make your addition and subtraction problems a little bit more hands-on. It's a great way to you can use these for word problems. So the students you could say, I have 2 coins and 1 clover. How many items do I have in all? Or I have 2 clovers and then I got 3 more clovers. How many clovers do I have in all? So students learning that the word problem language, it's a great way to use these as well. And we have some just basic addition and subtraction worksheets, color and black and white versions. And then we have a student reader that I like to send home and use during the day. So what you could do with this one is cut it and laminate it and keep it in your classroom for students to read. They can practice tracing using a dry erase marker, dry erase crayon if you laminate it. And then here's a take-home version for them to color and take home to read with their parents. So thank you very much. This is Gabrielle from TeachingSpecialThinkers.com.